Anna.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What have you been up to?
Well, you know, I lost my job not too long ago, and
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Actually, come sit down here. I want to, because there's we have this new computer that we're able to show patients visit. It's kind of neat. What are you here for today? It says you're here for a cough.
yeah, my breathing's been really bad lately. So I lost my job. I had to move in with my daughter. My daughter just had her third baby, but she's got 4 dogs and 2 cats. And I really think that all of that going on is really irritating my breathing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And you lost your job too.
Yeah, so I haven't, I've had just enough money to buy my breathing medicine, and I have no money for anything else.
Okay.
It's really been tough.
And we haven't seen you in about 6 months, but I remember you said you were going to school. Did you graduate this past May?
No, I wasn't able
sorry
to continue.
Okay. So things are a little
Something
tough
got
for you.
screwed up with my financial aid, you know how it is.
Yeah. And I do see here you because of your history of diabetes and hypertension, we're probably going to want to look at that today too. Okay. So why don't we start with your blood pressure? I'm going to add that onto the chart here. Well, what's been going on? So Dr. Hoylett, just make sure you also mention that to her. Okay. And I'm going to do an oxygen saturation too, just to see how you're. How your breathing is. It's going the opposite hand.
Okay.
There you go. Just because that's going.
I also have this form that I need filled out so I can
Okay.
get a handicap sticker.
Sure. Leave it right here for her, and I'll fill it out the best I can for her. And your oxygen's 94, so that's a little low. We want it to be above 95. And your blood pressure, so I'm glad you're here. It's 160 over 98. Still very high.
That's high.
You want to be under 139. Well, with diabetes, actually under 130 and under 80 diastolically.
Oh.
So, okay, so we'll look at those things today too. Do you need any medications?
Well, I do. I don't need refills because I don't have any money to pay for my medicine.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's something else I can do.
We have financial counselor upstairs who can help you with that, and also they're tied into our pharmacy, so they're willing to work together.
Oh, perfect,
Mhm.
great. That'd
So
be really
we can
good.
talk about that too. I'll add that in.
That'd be helpful.
Okay. And you're still on these medications here?
Those are the ones that I'm supposed to take. Yeah.
Okay. So.
The only one I take is the purple breathing medicine, and then the puffers.
Okay. If you are able to get some financial assistance for that today, is that something you need?
Yeah.
Okay. Is
It
there
is.
something else you want to go over? Doctor?
Well, just if there's any ideas on how, because I may not have a place to live after 2 weeks when my daughter, she's moving and with her kids and her husband, and I'm not going to have anywhere to go.
We do have a social worker here on site. I can actually call her right now while the doctor comes in, and she can come down and talk
I
with
could
you.
see her today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's available for patients in situations like this, so I'll have
Okay.
her come down. I'll fill her in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? No.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. I put everything in that we talked about, but just reiterate that when she comes in. Okay. All right. I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Hope things get better for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Ms. Schultz. Good morning.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Thank
It's
you.
been a little while since our last visit.
And,
All right, so Bree kind of talked to me before I came in, and she told me some things that you'd like to talk about today, okay? So I'm just going to recap that for you, make sure we have everything. So you've been having a cough for 3 days, not getting any better, been using some medications at home and just not improving. She also told me that you're having some financial problems, that you had to move in with your daughter, and there's some issues with school. So let's definitely dedicate some time around that. And then I'll be honest, I have some things that I would like to talk about. Most importantly, your diabetes and hypertension, because it's been about 6 months since I've seen you, and I just want to make sure that we get that in there.
Okay.
But and you have a handicap form, right?
I do. It's right there in the desk.
Perfect. So we'll get to that too. But she told me that what was most important was your cough and kind of the financial
My
issues we
breathing.
go through. So let's start with that stuff first,
Okay.
and then we'll get into your diabetes, hypertension
Okay.
after that.
Alright.
Okay? So can you tell me a little bit about your cough?
Yeah, it started a few days ago, and it's been getting worse. It's a kind of a over and over and over and over again, and I'm waking people up at night sometimes with my cough, and
Okay.
I've been taking the medicines, but they don't seem to be helping.
Okay. And with this cough, are you having any wheezing or shortness of breath?
Sometimes, yeah, I feel short of breath like when I'm walking.
Okay.
And my daughter has 4 dogs and 2 cats and
Okay.
3 kids, and it's hectic and stressful,
Yeah.
and there's dog hair and everything all over the
I
place. and
imagine
it's
that
just-
can't be easy being in that environment.
It's so hard.
Okay. And along with the wheezing, some shortness of breath, any fever?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. And are you bringing anything up with that cough?
No,
Okay.
no.
Anything else you want to tell me about that?
Just that it's it's really bothering me, and I'm not feeling comfortable enough to go try to find another job because my breathing's so bad that I'm short of breath, and I don't, it embarrasses me kind
Yeah,
of.
that must be tough. So, you kind of talked about your job, so why don't you tell me a little bit about financially what's happened and with this move with your daughter and everything
Yeah,
like that?
so after I lost my job, I moved in with my daughter, and she's actually moving to out of state
Oh, okay.
in 2 weeks, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen after that.
Wow.
I don't know where I'm going to live, or if I'll even still be here, be
Wow,
around.
okay. I can't imagine how crazy that must feel
Yeah,
with everything just kind of being up in the air.
yeah. It's a mess.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything else you wanted to say about that? I really want to make sure you're okay, because when I saw you 6 months ago, you weren't feeling the best then,
Yeah.
and this is a huge change from
Yeah.
6 months ago to now, so,
Yeah, and I was gonna go to school, and my financial aid fell through,
Oh,
and
wow, okay.
so I can't do that either.
Okay.
And, it's just really been tough.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll try to help you any way we can today, okay?
Okay.
Is it okay if we start talking about your diabetes?
Okay.
Okay. So when I saw you 6 months ago, we had checked your diabetes, and I'm just going to show you because we can show you this, kind of like a trend of over
Okay.
time when you've been with us,
Mhm.
what your tests were. So 6 months ago, so we checked something called your hemoglobin A1C. It's a measure of how well your sugar's been controlled over the last 3 months, right? And for you, we want that to be as close to 7 as possible.
Okay.
So when I saw you 6 months ago, you were actually really good. You were 6.7. Today, when Bree checked it, you're 8. So we kind of went from really good control to kind of being a little bit uncontrolled now. Can you tell me a little bit what's been going on?
Yeah, just
your
with
sugars?
my financial situation, I'm not eating very good,
Right.
and I honestly don't have the money to buy the medicine.
Okay, so can you tell me how long you've been without your medicine?
Well, I lost my job 2 weeks ago, so it's probably been about a week and a half.
Okay.
I wasn't able to get my refills.
Okay.
I just couldn't pay for them. I got to the pharmacy and they were like, "Your total is $96," and I was like, "I only have 25."
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So I all I got was the purple breathing medicine
Uh-huh.
and the puffer.
Okay. All right. So let's see what we can do about getting your medicines back on board. Maybe we can talk to our pharmacist about a decreased rate at least
Okay.
for your medicines. And are you checking your sugars?
I'm not.
Okay.
I ran out of my supplies.
Okay. So we'll try to kind of coordinate that, okay, today. And then the other thing is your blood pressure. Your blood pressure today was 160 over 95.
Okay.
Last time I saw you, it was about 130 over 80. So that has kind of shifted to being out of control as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit what's going on with your blood pressure, with your meds?
Well, I think I didn't pick up this last refill
Okay.
because of the money. I didn't have any money, and I just got the breathing medicines. But I think that the stress that I'm going
Mhm.
through is helping with my blood pressure. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I sit down, I can like feel my pulse
Mhm.
sometimes, and I wonder if that's high blood pressure. And also, I've had a little bit of swelling in like my fingers and
Right.
and my ankles.
So that definitely could be due to your blood pressure being a little bit higher than it usually is.
Okay.
So again, let's try to see if we can coordinate with Mike in our pharmacy to see if we can get something that can work for you financially.
Okay. And if I could have something that I just take once a day rather than a couple of times a day, that would
Be easier.
it would be easier because I could just take all of my medicine all at one time.
Okay, that sounds totally reasonable. Okay,
Okay, good.
can I take a listen to you?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna have you sit up here for me.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just lift up the back of your shirt?
Sure.
All right, so some big breaths in and out for me over and over again, Ms. Schultz. Thank you.
Is it normal to get dizzy when I'm doing this?
You know, it's not usually normal, but it's probably because your asthma's acting up a little bit that you're feeling more short of breath, and that's making you feel a little bit dizzy.
All right.
Okay. I'm just gonna listen in the front. Is that okay?
Sure.
Big breath in and out for me. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have you sit back down here. Let's talk a little bit. So, yes, you are definitely wheezing today, okay? So I know you have your Advair and your treatments at home. But what I'm going to do is you probably need to be on something called prednisone. It's a steroid. Sometimes asthmatics need to take it to kind of calm them down when the asthma gets a little bit worse.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk to Mike about that. We're also going to talk to him about some affordable ways you can get your diabetes medication and your high blood pressure medication. And I think it may be beneficial to have a social worker come in and talk to you a little bit about maybe some options for housing if you're unsure what's going to happen in the next week or so.
That would be
And if
great.
she can coordinate with Mike maybe around these medicines as well.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, so I'm going to have Bree come in and back and talk to you for a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Is it okay if I see you maybe in about 2 weeks to check up on you, see how you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah. My
Okay.
daughter doesn't leave for 2 weeks from Monday, so
Okay, perfect.
if I can come back before then, I can
All right,
be
good.
sure that I'm going to be here.
All right, great.
Okay.
All right, good to see you.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll fill this out. So when Bree comes back in, she'll have this filled out.
Okay.
Okay?
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Anna. Here's your after visit summary. Okay.
And there was this form I need Dr. Hoyt to sign because I need to get a handicap sticker because of my breathing and I can't walk very far.
Okay, did you mention that in the appointment to her?
No, I forgot. She was talking
Okay.
about other stuff.
I know she's on to her next patient now, so I don't think we'll be able to have time to do that today. Why don't you, at the front desk, make another appointment for her
Okay,
next
and then
visit?
Dr. Hoyt said she was going to talk to the pharmacist about my medicine.
Oh, okay. I would just check with the pharmacy on the way out and see what they say. Okay.
So they're not going to be able to pay for my medicine? I'm not going to be able to get my medicine today?
Well, they may have some answers, but I would check on the card too. You have an insurance card, call them and see what they cover. Okay?
On my insurance card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where is the pharmacy? How can
Oh, you just go right out here to the left.
Okay.
All right? Have a good day.
All right.
Thanks.